Alright, what is up, everyone? So, I was planning on doing the stream earlier in the morning, but I guess I'm doing it now. I kind of wanted to make a short form video because I haven't really made many all week. I want to get caught up on that, at least make one this week. And I also did the market recap for yesterday, so I feel like I'm finally getting caught up a little bit. But I want to start doing a stream every Saturday just to recap the entire week in general. So that's kind of what the stream is going to be. I know yesterday I did a pretty long backtesting stream, but you guys know me. I just keep going. So I kind of want to I want to backtest the entire week in general as part of this stream, and just look at every little maybe not every little detail, but just get a glance at what actually happened this week and what can we learn from it. So let's go ahead and jump into the charts. Also, guys, thank you so much for 6 of you guys already liked this. This is crazy.
The trading world today, we are going to be reviewing price action
7. That's crazy. So anyway, we're going to be reviewing this whole week in general. Let's actually switch it to the other screen. I really need to delete some of these so I don't keep clicking the wrong button. Okay. So let's go ahead and plot the weekly open, and I'm also gonna put the I'm gonna actually switch the displays to this display to this screen. Okay. So let's make a new folder for today, 8-2-25 Saturday, and yeah, I just want to take a look at the week in general. So switching over to the other screen, yeah, back to the screen. So the week opens up here. Right, week opens up here. No, the week opens up here. Just kidding. Interestingly, look at how when we break and we get that change to delivery, we actually backtest this new week opening gap. It's actually something I did not realize initially. Right, this new week opening gap. So let me just show you again, right? When we end up getting this 4-hour change to delivery, check out exactly what it overlaps with, right? We get this 4-hour change to delivery, and it overlaps with this new week opening gap low. So see how this is just extra confluence, right? Where we broke below the new week opening gap, we backtest the new week opening gap along with the change day delivery. It's very subtle, and a lot of people would not even realize that, but it actually is pretty cool the way that the market remembers this new week opening gap. Right, and then this was a sweep with SMT. Yeah, SMT with YM with this high. Also, look at this, right? Pay very close attention to the way new day opening gaps are back tested, right? Because we'll break through them. So both new week opening gaps and new day opening gaps, the same phenomenon happens, right? We'll break through them, and then we back test them. And you can see the same phenomenon is happening both on new day opening gaps and no new week opening gaps. Hey Medbuck, what's up, man? So I just think that's so cool, right? So SMT with YM. So the first screenshot I'm going to take is just this observation, right? New week opening gap aligns with the 4-hour change day delivery. And it's extra confluence that this change day delivery is probably going to support price to go lower. So new week opening gap low aligns with 4-hour CISD. Backtested and aligns with 4-hour CISD. Pretty sweet. It's kind of getting hot. See, I don't know how long the stream is gonna be, but I do just wanna just kind of observe the week in general, because I'd probably be doing this on my own anyways, so it really makes no difference whether I do it on stream or not, so I might as well just do it on stream. So, alright, let's keep it going. So, I think it's, with the cool thing about, analyzing a week is there's kind of two main time levels that are important for every week. There's the actual open, right, which the actual open of the week occurs here. So, oh, yeah, dude, I'm glad. Yeah, I'm just like, I'm going to be reviewing this anyway, so I might as well put it into a live stream, right? But I just think, if we analyze price action, specifically like the weekly, the weekly range every single week, we're going to get so good. I feel like in general, like understanding the way the week moves is super valuable. Personally, that's what I see. That's what I think, right? So, weekly open, once again, that 4-hour change day delivery aligns with the bottom of the new day opening gap. So there's essentially two main price levels that are important every single week. There's the weekly open, and then this is going to take more back testing to figure out if this is true or not, but also potentially Monday's open, because you know how for the daily range we use midnight as our key time? Well, essentially Monday, like in quarterly theory, Monday is essentially the midnight of the week. So that's what I've heard. So I kind of want to experiment with that and see if that's true or not. You can see, actually, this is really interesting because Monday's close actually is almost exactly the same. Or Monday's opens down here. Right, so we have Monday open down there. And weekly open here. So that's kind of like, those are the two times that I'm looking from a weekly point of view, right? You know how we pay attention for the day? We pay attention to midnight and 8:30. Well, for the week, I would assume it's the weekly open and Monday, but yeah. But it's important to, you want to have a reference point so you can figure out, okay, which way did manipulation occur, and then which way are we going to distribute. So here's our reference points for the weeks. Once again, guys, it's all accumulation, manipulation, and distribution, just on different time frames. Do you guys see how obviously this is accumulation, manipulation, distribution? And there's actually a lower time frame one in the opposite direction, right? Weekly open and NWAG high. Okay, let's go ahead and screenshot this just to show, hey, this and this were useful reference points to detect both this manipulation, right? Because we could see, oh wow, we were below both of our weekly reference points, and then this manipulation, we were above both of our weekly reference points. Does that make sense? So manipulation below. I don't even want to call them weekly reference points. I want to call them like I don't even know. So I want to see if there was SMT with that low for earlier in the week, right? Because if so, that would have been a nice confluence. What about this low? So higher low. Oh yeah, this low has just a very obvious SMT. There's always stuff we can learn, guys. It's crazy how much you can learn if you just actually dive into the charts. The charts are the greatest teacher, right? So we get SMT with ES here, and then we get another SMT with YM here. Notice where the manipulation occurs for both of these situations. Manipulation here occurs, I don't want to call them week, I want to call them, now I'll just call them weekly open and Monday open. Exactly. So I'm just going to call it week open and Monday open because that's literally what they are, right? Okay. Manipulation to the downside occurs below. To the downside occurs below week open and Monday open. And then manipulation to the upside occurs above week open and Monday open. Right? So having time as a reference point is genuinely super valuable, and I don't know why more people don't do it. Pay attention to just subtleties and where did we open up versus where are we now, because that's going to tell you where the wick is forming, right? So let's go ahead and screenshot this. Frame manipulation in context to weekly open and Monday open. Okay, so, right, and you could even say the same thing about this, the same exact thing. You could say the same exact thing about this manipulation too. Right? We were above both of them. Do you see why I'm saying this is, it's important to pay attention to where we are relative to these two times? Because it's going to tell us which way is manipulation. So let's do another screenshot. So I love that that CRT. I already kind of went over the CRT though, but that was genuinely beautiful at those highs, right? We got the 4 hour candle close back in in the range of all these bodies here. And so then we delivered down to the bottom here, right? Same thing with this 4-hour candle, guys. Do you see how, let's actually look at this, right? Oh wait, this one's actually different because, okay, I was gonna say this one we manipulate this 4-hour candle low and then go to the high, but we actually manipulate one more time. But you guys see how it's all just different AMDs running within each other, right? A, accumulation, manipulation, and then get on side with distribution, right? So that's the first one. We want to train our eye to spot this, because the faster we can spot the A and then the M, the easier it is for us to get on side with the D, right? We want to get on side with distribution. When you finish, can you check ETH for me? I'm invested long term. There's a CISD, but I think the first move didn't grab enough liquidity for the second one, so I think it's time for consolidation. We could actually take a look at ETH right now, actually. Right? But look at this, right? Week open, Monday open. Manipulation occurs above both of them. And then distribution. And I'm wondering if we have SMT with that high. We might. Yep, we do. We've double SMT, right? So this is our first AMD cycle that happened within the week. Was right here. Well, there might have been a lower time frame one, but this was the first clear one. And you can see how obvious we go down to those equal lows there. It's crazy because distribution in this specific instance was so short. So short. Look at how short distribution was here. It's interesting. Very interesting. So, okay. You could even maybe not even consider that accumulation, right? You could consider, maybe you consider this, nah, I'll just keep it as the whole thing here. So I'm surprised that it stopped there. But that's why you take partials and trail. So then when it comes back up, you don't, lose everything. Let's go ahead and take a look at ETH. So this was the first AMD. Oh, I want to put SMT with ES. I want to start putting whether it's with ES or with YM on every single one. First AMD of the week. Okay. Yeah, let's go to the daily chart on ETH. And then I'm going to pull up Bitcoin so I can look for SMTs. On my other screen. Okay. All right, here we got ETH. So let's go ahead and look at what we got going on. So daily chart. Let's zoom out here. Okay. So I kind of want to just start out on the highest time frame, right? Right? What part of AMD are we in? Looks like, to me it looks like this was accumulation. This seems like accumulation. right? All this is accumulation. That just makes sense to me, right? Then we have, you know, what is this? Yearly lows. Let's pull up high time frame candles. So yearly lows are all the way down there. What about 6-month lows? Yeah, so we got 6-month lows that we took out right here. A lot of liquidity below these 6-month lows, right? So we clearly manipulate below those. So accumulation, manipulation below those triple equal lows, which are also 6-month lows. So honestly, let's just call it triple equal lows, right? So then let's get rid of the high time frame candles. Now we have equal highs here, triple equal highs, right? So we manipulate here. I mean, this was clearly manipulation. Very sensitive to those lows. So, right, what PD array did we use down here? Let's see. Was it like a monthly gap? Maybe like a 3-month gap? Did we even use a PD array? 3-month order block, monthly. So monthly fair value gap, it looks like, right? This seems like we respected this old monthly fair value gap. So monthly fair value gap. FEG. We got a CRT here too. Very nice monthly CRT. Maybe, yeah. Monthly fair value gap. Okay, so then I want to see a daily change state of delivery here. And we end up getting that here. Daily change state delivery occurs here, right? We very, very briefly backtest it. Like, it's almost like indetectable how brief this is, but we barely briefly backtest it. And then you can see distribution just instantaneously occurs. Daily CISD. Triple equal low sweep. So what I'm wondering now is, okay, let's see. Let's measure our standard deviations. Notice how we backtest flow state OTE. Jake trades at OTE twice, right? That's awesome. That's awesome, man. Yeah, IPGs are pretty good. What can we say? So we backtest flow state OTE. Okay, third, fourth. We're at the 4th standard deviation already. So you can see this is already, you know, hit that max extension. So if we want to see if it's going to keep going up, we need to figure out if there's an even higher time frame model going on. But yeah, we did hit the 4th standard deviation. Okay, we should see if there's an even higher time frame PD array. But you see how clean this was, right? Accumulation, triple equal lows, manipulation, and I wonder if there was SMT with Bitcoin. It's actually kind of an interesting thought. Oh my gosh. Wait. Might have been a pretty crazy SMT actually. Yeah, so we have SMT with this low with Bitcoin. I know, right? BTC and ETH are you definitely can use SMTs on Bitcoin and ETH. 100%. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Jake trades at OT. You see how we backtest it before we go up? Okay. So SMT with Bitcoin, triple equal low swept, daily change day delivery. You can see if we entered on that daily change day delivery, we would hit our fourth standard deviation. So we're gonna have to see if there's a higher time frame model because we did hit the fourth standard deviation here. Let's go ahead and screenshot this. I think we do have triple equal highs, so I think we should keep going if I had to guess. But we need to kind of look for a little bit more. So we got to go to put this in ETH. So new folder for ETH. ETH. Okay, so let's see if there's a 3-month key level. So, we have this 3-month order block. And this is a nice 3-month order block because, you know, it was in discount of this displacement leg. So 3-month order block. And we also swept out the lows. What up, TRV? We're looking at ETH real quick, and then we're going to go back to the weekly recap. But they wanted me to look at ETH. So, you know, on the monthly, we actually just had this really nice monthly inverse value gap here. So, and as well, it was a really nice sweep. And I think the SMT was with this low. Let's see. Yeah, the SMT was also with this low here. So we also have SMT with this low. So if I have to pick a side right now, we inverse this monthly gap. Obviously, nothing I say is financial advice, guys. And just trying to get better. Accumulation and manipulation. Manipulation, inverse or value gap. So what aligns with the 3-month? Weekly? Yeah. So We actually don't tap the weekly change state delivery, not even the wick. But still, let's use it. First, second, third. Okay, I think since we have a 3-month key level in discount, and we have SMT, and we have triple equal highs here, I think there's still more room to go up. That's just based off, obviously not financial advice, guys. I'm not a financial advisor. Triple equal highs. Weekly change state delivery. Unfortunately, we don't end up retesting this. So yeah, this kind of seems like AMD. And as well, let's measure out this. Yeah, right to equilibrium of this displacement. So what does this look like to you? What does this look like to you? When we have a sweep, a break of this high, break of structure, break of structure. So liquidity sweep, break of structure, fair value gap, weekly fair value gap at equilibrium. What does that look like to you? To me, that looks like the 2022 model, right? So if I have to pick a side, obviously not financial advice, guys. We inversed this fair value gap. We tapped equilibrium with this weekly fair value gap here. So personally, since we're getting such good displacement, I want to see this fair value gap possibly hold and support price, and then continuation to expand through those equal highs. That's probably what I think. What do you think, Medbach? Let me know what you think. Yeah, oh, and then also, you know, within this we have lower time frame A, M, D. So let's measure this out. Yeah, once again, we have not even hit that fourth standard deviation, and it's right above those triple equal highs. So I really do think that this is got to be a bare minimum target. So, right, you see that daily change state delivery. So now we have a daily gap right here. We've hit equilibrium. So I would want to see, you know, I'd want to see 1 hour change state delivery within this. Because then this would be accumulation, manipulation, and then okay, sick. Yeah, I'm glad I was helping I'm glad I'm helping Medbach. I mean, obviously, you know, I'm always possible. Like, I'm always definitely could always be wrong, but yeah, we're just trying to get better, right? So I want to see a daily change state delivery, and guys, I'm just trying to get better too, as always. But I want to see a daily change state delivery. Honestly, probably above this high. And then, Yeah, fourth standard deviation is kind of at the end of those equal highs. So it would make sense that this lower time frame model ends in here, right? In between the fourth and fifth. So I kind of want to see this daily change state of delivery, the 1 hour change in state of delivery. That's kind of what I think. But once again, not financial advice. I really have no idea. Okay. So back to NQ. So like I was saying, basically this week was just lower time frame accumulation, manipulation, distribution. So I'm actually curious. Let's look at our weekly stat map. This is the monthly. We want the weekly. Yep, that was picture perfect. Wow. That was picture perfect. The PB is that crypto is so fragile in my opinion. The PB? I don't know what PB is, but anyway. Right, this was picture perfect. Honestly, we could have been able to predict this easily. We should have, like, I don't know. We should probably have, like, a meeting every single week. Like, maybe, like, on, like, a Tuesday. Like, debriefing, like, possible weekly profiles. Or maybe, like, a Wednesday. I don't know. I feel like that would be smart. Weekly open. See if we go to the weekly statistical manipulation level. And then that's exactly where the manipulation was, right? So, weekly statistical manipulation level. Well, I'm not even invested in crypto, so I was just providing unbiased analysis. But once again, not financial advice. And then down to that daily distribution level. So yeah, you guys see how this was AMD, right? Accumulation. Very clear accumulation. Right? I wonder, we should even do a range projection of this. That's crazy, man. Look at that. 15 measured using 15-minute candle bodies. Well, I guess we gotta drag it down then. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Very interesting, guys. You have to admit, very, very cool. And then down to the first. See, very precise. Down to the second. Jake, I'm not in front of the charts at the moment, but can you look at ES and confirm if you see a drop down into the weekly imbalance? Yeah. Oh, like whether I think we're going to keep going lower? Yeah, I can look at that. Whoops. So this is why I say, guys, like range projections, they're actually a really nice confluence. Like anytime you have an obvious accumulation range and you're expecting AMD, along with doing regular standard deviations, you can also do range projections. And you compare it to have additional places to target. So I need to make a video on it. I have one video kind of on it, but I need to make a more in-depth one on it. Right? So you see this? Accumulation, up 1 standard deviation, into that statistical weekly manipulation level. So what are you asking? You want me to see if ETH will keep going lower? Not ETH, sorry. I meant whatever you said. S&P, if S&P will go into that weekly imbalance. So sick. Right, measuring out this. Oh, that's almost perfect. Okay, anyway, you guys see why range projections are so nice. Monday through Wednesday was just accumulation. That's literally all it was. Then we manipulate. Then we distribute. And we can also take a look at Monday open. That one was right here. Yeah, we'll take a look at ETH. Okay. You guys see how once we had accumulation, manipulation, and then we started getting displacement, we can anticipate distribution. I don't know if I like this yellow. Maybe we'll do purple. Okay. So sick. Okay, screenshot. Range projections. So Monday through Thursday was accumulation, then we had manipulation on Thursday, and then distribution on Friday. So what weekly profile was this, guys? Does anyone know? Does anyone know what weekly profile this is? I'll give you guys about 3 minutes to respond while I answer TRV's question. That's why I like NAS. That is why I think that's why I prefer to trade it, because I like the volatility. Okay. So whether I think into that weekly imbalance. Okay. Honestly, it really does look like it. At first glance, it does. I have to get further into the charts. I mean, technically, you can merge these two gaps. I mean, this was a really obvious 4-hour chain state delivery. Yeah, I think that, with these low resistance lows, I think we're going to go to the 4th standard deviation, which is aligned with this, this data looking wick. I don't know if it actually is, but once again, I really don't know. Not financial advice, but LRLR, I could see us going down to this 4th standard deviation. That's just my opinion, but once again, not my opinion. My opinion is not financial advice. But as well, it's possible that since we're at the 2nd standard deviation, week opens up and we come up first. Tap maybe like this 4-hour imbalance and then go lower. That's possible, right? I could see that. Right? You see what I'm saying? Like, let's see if we have an hourly imbalance. Yeah, like we could come up and then go lower. So it's possible. Okay, now, all right. Does anyone know what weekly profile this was? Because I've made a video on weekly profiles. I made 2 videos on weekly profiles. Right? This is, I'm gonna go to Discord. So once again, accumulation. Accumulation, manipulation, and then distribution. See that? So what weekly profile was this? Well, someone's in voice chat. Is that FA? FA's in group study by himself. Okay. Alright, no one has the answer, but I'm going to tell you guys anyways. Switching over to the other screen. Whoop. Once again, I got to figure out that button. Weekly profiles. Accumulation, manipulation on a Thursday, and then Friday distributes to the opposite side of the range. Consolidation, bearish reversal. Oh, I meant weekly. D minus. And once again, we had those low resistance lows. So it's not, we have to pair why we think the weekly profile could do what it's going to do. Because on its own, if we don't have it paired with liquidity, it's kind of just useless. So there's low resistance liquidity. Okay, let's go ahead and screenshot this. Oh, you can't see my screen. Okay. So yeah, I personally saw this as a Thursday reversal weekly profile. AMD for the week. So I'm going to put this in my weekly profiles journal. I have a journal specifically for weekly profiles. What was it? July 28th. Okay. Let's switch back to the other screen. So oh my gosh, I have to respond to this comment. How is this supposed to help you choose a direction if you don't know which will influence the other? Might as well flip a coin. There's more to it than bro. I'm trying to help people, and they what genuinely, like, if it's not helping you, you don't need to use it. But this guy was commenting on my SMT video. He's like, I'm like, if it's not helping you, then just don't use it. But anyway, I'm just gonna tell him you want it to SMT signals is the first sign of a reversal. I'll say that. Sign of a reversal. You want to see SMT with the correlated asset at the highs or lows of your trade. This is why, in my opinion, guys, dumb money's gonna exist forever. I'm probably gonna get comments on my videos in 100 years still asking me, still explaining to me how SMT's dumb. I'm like, I shouldn't even need to convince you. You should just go in the charts and just observe it and just realize, because I'm genuinely just trying to help. It's kind of funny. Okay, I'm curious if there's anyone watching. Oh, there's 4 people watching. That's crazy. Okay, let's keep going then. So, now it's funny, and people really believe dumb money doesn't exist. I should not have to convince people that SMT is good, because if you don't see SMT as like valuable, then I don't know, man. That's on you. That sucks for you. Like, genuinely, I feel bad for you. It's like you're sitting on a pile of gold and you don't even. You're like purposefully trying to close your eyes. I don't know. I'll never understand other people. That's a good thing I'm not other people. That's why I'm me. I don't need to understand why people's brains work the way they do, but yeah, I guess. Yeah. Anyway, so. I mean, every single fair value gap within this price leg just delivers us lower at this point, which is kind of cool. And then this is, I don't know if this was a data low or not. It's just funny. I don't know. I just see it as funny. Like, you try and help people. You're genuinely giving them free sauce. And then they just start complaining about the free sauce that you gave them. And it's like, I shouldn't be in the position of trying to convince you. S&T, I'm talking about, there's a guy that just commented on my video on explaining SMT. And he comments, let me read it to you. Well, I have to find the video. Hopefully it doesn't take too long to find the video. In this video, I'm going to be going over SMT. Bro, I've been through a lot of strategies. This is my 2th year, and this is my first 2 months using liquidity in SMT, and I've improved a lot. 90% of people don't even know what liquidity is. Exactly, man. And it's just so funny because, you know, we're just trying to help people. I mean, I shouldn't have to be convincing people to believe something that's already, like, so good. Them not believing it is totally on them. They're sitting on a giant pile of gold, and I really, you know, I feel bad for them because I've literally tried so hard to help them. And it's like, okay. Anyway, so what happened is he says, how is this supposed to help you choose a direction if you don't know which will influence the other? Might as well flip a coin. There's more to it than just that. I'm like, bro, that you're just missing the whole point. The point is SMT is the first sign of a reversal. You want to see SMT with the correlated asset at the highs or lows of your trade. What's the video so I can watch it later? Just it's a short form video of mine. It's my second most popular video, I think. It's called "What is SMT Divergence?" So, okay, it's just kind of funny. But like, we have to give props to the fact that these new day opening gaps and new week opening gaps held price so well. Like, first of all, first one, right? New day opening gap. Genuinely beautiful. Genuinely beautiful. People are sleeping on new day opening gaps. Absolutely sleeping on them, right? And then what's this? Well, this is a new day opening gap, but it's also a new week opening gap. Let's actually skip to this one, right? What's this? Another new day opening gap. Whoops. So, in just a second, you're going to see what I'm talking about. New day opening gap, new day opening gap. And then this one was a new week opening gap. Right? And you can see we backtest this new week opening gap. Right there. So, I don't want to draw out the top of it because I already have that drawn out as the weekly open. Whoops. Okay, let's get rid of this. But look at how the market remembers those gaps and backtests them and then goes lower. I mean, genuinely. Don't believe in end dogs, that's fine, but you know, it's your own loss. So clean. I mean, what they are, they're just volume imbalances on the higher time frame. That's all they are. So see how these new day opening gaps both reject price? Right, new day opening gap there, new day opening gap here. Both of these get back tested and then deliver price more aggressively towards where I already wanted to go. Screenshotting this. End dogs back tested and continue and deliver price lower. So this is definitely a data wick. So this could end up being a draw on liquidity in the short term before we continue lower. If the market wants to go lower, maybe we drop to this data wick first. Okay. So where is that data wick anyway? Let's go back. It's all the way up here. I don't know. It's kind of far away. Yeah, I don't know about that. That's kind of far. Maybe. Yeah, I mean, I feel like this is just about sums up the week in general. Like, there's not much more to it. Like, accumulation, manipulation, distribution. I mean, if I measure out 1 hour projections, right? We backtest Jake trades at OTE right here. Flow state OTE. and then 1 hour change day delivery, and then we go down to the fourth. The second perfectly hit, the fourth perfectly hit. We might need to make this a little tighter, because I think you see how it's not lined up right? There we go. Now you can see how perfectly we hit these. Four, three. So on a lower time frame within the week, we have lower time frame AMD. And then 1. So cool. And then let's get rid of the new day opening gap. So on the lower time frame, we have this AMD. So save that. 1 hour CSD and AMD. Yeah, it's just crazy how everything lines up. I mean, literally, like, genuinely, these markets are perfect. I mean, people who say, oh, it's just bad price conditions. Like, no, man, sorry, the market's it's just doing whatever, like the smartest money is doing. And so, if you think it's just bad price action, it probably just means that you messed up. It's perfect. Honestly, I feel like we don't need to go much more in depth. I feel like this is kind of like, the gist of the week, right? Accumulation, hit that range projection, tapped to OTE, was with that 4-hour CRT, and then we deliver lower. There's not much more to it. I feel like that just about covers it. Obviously, we have all of our low time frame trades within here, but I mean, we already covered those every single day this week. So, I feel like we don't need to go more in depth on the lower time frame. I think we covered essentially everything on the lower time frame now and the higher time frame. So, I feel like we've covered everything. We could one option is we could. Oh, let's see if it was running inside a dealing range. I know I don't talk about that. So what's your bias for the coming week? Yeah, I'll take a look at my bias possibly for the coming week. But first I want to look at this dealing range to see if we were running within a dealing range. We got to drop it down 1. So 1 more down. Oh yeah, we were definitely running with. I remember this now. Yeah, because we went to the high of the dealing range, disrespected the fair value gap in the fair value gap partition, and then went to the low of the dealing range. Yes, that's right. Okay. So I'm gonna screenshot this just because I think it's interesting. Genuinely, markets are perfect. Like, So beautiful. Okay, screenshot. Yeah, so I'll go over possible bias, or framing a possible idea for the coming week. Once again, obviously, I don't even feel like I need to keep saying it, but not financial advice. Nothing ever I say is financial advice. But we could possibly frame out something for the coming week. So, weekly range running inside gold block level. Okay, let's get out of that. Okay, let's take a look at this possible, coming week. So, yeah, we'll do coming week, and then we will just about be done. I'll probably just end the stream. So maybe let's start at the highest time frame, because I think I'm bearish. Nice, man. I'm gonna take a look at it and see. I think I'd probably agree with you. I think we're gonna have to, I think we're gonna have to go form a wick on that candle though. So I think accumulate, manipulate, distribute. So we might go higher and then lower. Oh, you know what this is? Oh man, this is a really clean, CRT on the 3-week. Look at that. I don't know how much you trust the 3-week though. Yeah, I would think this swing low will be a nice draw. So we have this weekly gap here, but from a liquidity point of view, I always like to think in terms of liquidity. The market's seeking to run through old areas price has already been. If I draw this out, let's just draw out volume profile. Oh, okay, that's not what I wanted. Let's draw this out right here. Wow, that's a lot more liquidity down there than I thought. Well, first things first, I think we will draw back to this weekly gap. That makes sense to me, which will overlap with this breaker. Right? This highest up close candles before this leg down, these are going to be strong. It's very, very strong. So we're looking at, within here, probably retracement to this daily fair value gap, which would be in discount. So yeah, I'm thinking probably most likely we're going to go to this daily fair value gap in discount, which is overlapped with this breaker. So I think that's the draw. So kind of want to draw the gap out like this. Might even actually just mark it out like this. Yeah, that breaker is going to be the most sensitive. So we got a daily for value gap here. We got a daily breaker here. What up, AK? We're just doing some higher time frame analysis right now. So I think this is where market's drawing to. Let's go ahead and screenshot this. So we want to probably rebalance to discount of this short-term range. So dropping down a time frame, right? We had this 4-hour change day delivery. I like this one personally. So 4-hour change day delivery. But once again, week open is right here. So if we look at the weekly candle, clearly we're displacing lower. So we're probably going to anticipate this next weekly candle to go something like open, accumulate, manipulate, maybe up into some kind of key level, and then distribute down. So what key level do we have in above? Well, we have, to me, I like, let's see. This 4-hour breaker could be good. I wonder if it's a daily breaker. Right, yeah, so this daily breaker also we inverse this gap here. Let's take a look at this daily breaker. So yeah, this is the last thing we're going to do, and then we're going to move on. Then I'm going to probably end the stream. Once again, guys, I'm just getting better. Nothing is financial advice. So daily breaker. I like this because it's the move up before this aggressive move down. So this daily breaker is nice. This is, around premium. So we might need to go into that. And we have a new day opening gap here. So and then we have an inverse value gap here. So there's a lot of different levels that we could push up into before going lower. So we have this inverse value gap, we have daily breaker, and we have volume imbalance, which is actually a new day opening gap. So where's Endog? So 4-hour. So once again, I'm thinking we're going to possibly draw towards discount, especially because low resistance lows, typically we don't just, stop and just chill here. Typically, we drill through them, and we have that weekly gap below. So once again, these are low resistance, so we will oftentimes cut through low resistance lows pretty aggressively. So bring this over so it gets out of our way here. So new day opening gap, daily breaker. This is an inverse value gap. Yes, heck yeah, man. Definitely join the Discord. And once again, I'm just trying to get better too, and I make mistakes, but I just try my best. So, in the short term, we've hit this. This has been our target since we've got the change state delivery. This low resistance liquidity has been the target. Now we've hit this. So, upon the weekly open, right, if I'm anticipating probably, a bearish candle, I'm probably anticipating a bearish candle. If not, then probably just consolidation. But most likely, we're going to get a bearish candle. So that means open, manipulate. So maybe something like, accumulation. We need to generate liquidity, manipulation, and then distribution. This is totally speculative, guys. But that would put us to this inverse value gap and also this daily breaker. And maybe we will get up to the new day opening gap. Let's measure out this displacement. So the new day opening gap is well placed in premium of this displacement. So what's possible is maybe we do something like this, where we dig into premium, into that new day opening gap, and then distribute lower. Because once again, the market's constantly looking to rebalance to equilibrium. We're on our way to rebalancing to this equilibrium. Yeah, that would make sense. Or maybe just gap down to that SL. Yeah, it's possible. It's possible that we don't get that much of a retracement and we just, yeah, you know what? It is possible that we just go like boom. Because let's say the market's super bearish. Like we're underestimating this, right? And honestly, good chance I am underestimating. We don't need to rebalance the premium with this much displacement. Okay, you have a really good point, actually. We have so much displacement. Do we really need to rebalance do we really need to give people a chance to get in that want to get short? Not necessarily. The market has so much displacement, we might genuinely gap down. We're running this LRLR here. I think you actually have a really good point. We might not get much of anything, to be honest. Do we have any confluences above? So it's possible maybe we just reject this new week opening gap and we just go straight down to this daily breaker. Oh, because one thing you may have heard, I don't know if anyone's really ever talked about this. No, I don't think anyone's talked about this, actually. But I guess I'll be the first one to talk about it. When you have a market maker model, a lot of the time, they will end on Monday. So Friday is only part of the distribution. A lot of time they'll end on Monday. So let me show you from this video. I don't even know if I'm allowed to play it on live stream. Okay, I just want to find the screenshot of it. Let me just go. So what I'm saying is, typically when you frame out the model, Thursday reverses, Monday or Friday continues, and then Monday is kind of like the end of the model. So let me show you a screenshot. I'm gonna switch over to this other screen. It's probably fine. No one's gonna watch the live stream back.
Bye. Remember, anyway, it can the high
I still need to watch all these. So what I'm looking for is it should say like the highest probability day for us to deliver to. Yeah, exactly.
Here
we go.
in this case,
So just look at this image real quick. Does this not look exactly like what's going on right now? Right? Friday, stage 1 distribution, What happened on Thursday? That was the reversal. Friday was stage 1 distribution. Monday, stage 2 distribution, right? Drawing down to whatever the higher time frame target is, which is for us probably that weekly gap. So maybe going into the week tomorrow, that's honestly what we could expect. Now that you mention it, right? We have good low resistance. We have good low resistance liquidity. How often do you see this good liquidity, and we don't drive through it? How often do you ever see us go, pop right back up? It's usually we drill through it. Like for instance, low resistance lows from over here, right? We drill through them. We drill through them. The market likes to drill through low resistance lows. So we didn't just stop here. We drilled through it. And then same with these, right? We drill through them. I mean, we do get some kind of a reaction, but then we keep going. So that's kind of what I'm thinking, right? Maybe we hit this new week opening gap. Maybe we even gap down. But we do have this new week opening gap here. Watch how the market interacts with this. What could happen is, we try and break above it, then we fail to, and then backtest. So for instance, like, this could be very, very subtle, right? But it could be like, oh, let's fake people out. Let's go. We're going to go higher. And then actually we break lower. And then we back test it, and then we deliver. But hopefully that makes sense. Like a lot of time when you have a new week opening gap, it's gonna do something like this, where it's gonna induce people to think that it's gonna hold to go up, and then we'll break below and then go down. Like, look at this, right? Let's find examples of this, because this happens a lot. See? Right? Looks like we're going to support it. Bang! Then what happens? Pop back up into the same new week opening gap, but now it's a breaker. And then we deliver lower. Does that make sense? So this initial new week opening gap that was once seen as, we were going to deliver off of it to the upside, now we back test it and go lower. So, like, let's find another example. Man, look at how precise that is, by the way. Genuinely so cool. Let's see. I don't know, that was a good example though, right? But you'll see that happen a bit. So, anyway. Like, let the market generate some liquidity and then deliver. The 62% retracement on the weekly. Wait, what do you mean? Like, take the weekly candle and then find 0.62? Yeah, because this is also, a 3-week CRT. Yeah, so if that plays out, we'd go up to that change state of delivery. Anyway, I think I'm going to end the stream here. We've talked about, all sorts of possibilities, and yeah, I think we're ready for this next week. I think we, covered the week pretty good. Let's just, for fun, let's see how many people are watching here before we end. Let's see. Oh, yeah, just one. All right. Just you, man. All right. Okay, I'm going to see you later. Peace out. And, yeah, see you next week.